The acceptance of payments comes with certain expectations from a merchant, and they're important expectations, and we need to live up to that expectation around simplicity, around security, around awareness and education of the cardholder. E-commerce is having explosive growth. If your company's not online, if it's not doing business online, it should be in there. Globally, during the first 2 months of COVID, we saw an increase of 87% in buy online, pick up in store orders. Another thing to keep in mind is that the people that you're selling to, because of this pandemic, are becoming more digitally savvy, and they're looking to shop online. We conducted a study in Latin America and the Caribbean, and we found that in the first quarter that more than 13 million people made their first purchase online ever, right? Or at least with our credentials. That's significant. You also have to keep in mind that there is a shift happening in the Caribbean around card capabilities. Generally in COVID, we've seen a shift towards debit transactions and towards debit use over credit. And the Caribbean debit market is changing. There's a lot of private label networks that are either partnering with Visa or migrating their cards to Visa. And the most immediate impact that'll have is that it's going to open them up to use their debit cards online. So your addressable online market is becoming more sophisticated, is becoming more demanding, and expects to be online. And many of them have or will soon have a payment credential to use online. I think merchants need to think about their delivery channels, and I'm not saying physical delivery, but delivery of their services, how they interact with customers, how they provide their goods, their services. And a very important part of that is how they're going to accept payments. There's businesses that their entire business model is based on helping traditional organizations become more digital. First Atlantic Commerce provides that type of service, and they provide the infrastructure to enable fintech to build capabilities around that payment function. So I think there's a lot of opportunity there as well. The reason merchants want to accept payments is they know that their shoppers will have a higher buying power at that moment. Not everyone travels with, $500 in cash. Secondly, it enables new experiences and new selling channels. So e-commerce is an obvious one. We're seeing a lot of merchants either create their own app. We're seeing business models built that are 100% on a digital framework, let's say like the Ubers of the world. The third part of it is depending on what line of business you're in, it's the cost of cash management. And then there's consumer preference. You want to be where your customer wants to buy with the product they want to buy, using the payment method that they want to pay with. So we're seeing more people trying to buy online. We're seeing more merchants selling online, and we're seeing more payment credentials that are enabled for online shopping. I think that's the perfect combination of factors for us to continue seeing e-commerce growth and for this to be an even more prevalent channel.